Hey, welcome back to my channel. So today is the 3rd of December 2024 and it is a Tuesday, which means it is 29 days until 2025, the new year. And I wanted to share with you one of the biggest things that has come out of this year 2024, because it has been so profound for me and it has helped me to discover a part of me that I had buried for so long or pushed aside or totally forgotten about entirely. And that was my ability to creatively think and creatively write. So for a long time, a really, really long time, I was a very logical, literal thinker, very realistic thinker. Yes, optimistic. Yes, fun and enjoying different elements in life. But I had to have a reason for everything. Everything needed to make sense. And so I was very academic for a very long time. Until things changed about 10 years ago. 10 years ago when I moved country to live and work for 12 months in Mexico. And when I came back, because that was such a transformative experience, that experience altered, warped everything I thought I knew I was. And so then I was then moving down this journey of doing different things. But I feel like as you travel, you learn new things about yourself, or you learn things that kind of just start sliding into place. So even though 10 years ago things changed, it felt like an earthquake. It felt like I was being destabilized. But then over the last 10 years, other things have emerged, highs, lows, peaks, troughs, good, bad, and I feel like it's helping me to see that things weren't falling apart. Things were beginning to fall into place, fall together, come together. So one of the biggest things that came out of this year for me was creative writing. So back in April 2024, so this year, but back in April, I had a bit of a reality check on a limiting belief that I had been carrying with me for a really long time, telling myself that I wasn't a good writer, telling myself that I couldn't write, and I couldn't write fiction on top of that. If I was going to write, it had to be facts. It had to be evidence-based. It had to be easy to prove. I didn't really allow myself to drift too far into my imagination until that moment in April when it hit my heart. And so I started to explore writing, and the fun I began to have, and I realized it wasn't me, the adult me, the Olivia me, that was being set alight. It was my mini me inside of me. That's how I refer to my inner child, the younger version of me. She was just starting to roam free and get really excited. And so since then, there have come other opportunities have come for me to continue to build that muscle, that creative muscle in that way, because I have become comfortable with being a creative being over the years. That's why I did my video editing and started to see the creative educational side of sharing my luck journey and all of these things. But in terms of writing things down, I've had an emotional tug of war battle with that for a really long time, most of my life. But I set my inner child free in terms of creative writing earlier this year. And I feel like she has guided me this year, considering this year started off like my theme for this year, which I set each year. It was about listening more and building relational capital. So strengthening my relationships. It's now hit me that the person I've listened to more or heard the voice of more and actually listened to that voice is my younger version, so Liv, so my mini me. And I'm still running a cold, and also I've built my relationship with her more than anyone else. And in building my relationship with her, or reestablishing a stronger relationship with her, because I feel like I started to connect with her, but not the way that I have this year. This year, like, we've hugged and we've laughed together, and we've gone on dates, and we've had fun together. And so in building my relationship with her, with me, I've been able to like have more empathy and compassion for other people beyond any level of empathy or compassion I've ever reached before. And I've been able to mend some of the broken and bent pieces in my head, in my mind, in my heart, because of the discipline I've had with my relationship with Livy. And so I have gone back to my ABCs, and I've done my ABCs in a very creative, wacky, weird, imaginative way, because something that I struggle with, so even though I have a pretty decent memory, I'll remember things that my brain deems important to remember, and then I often forget the rest. This is why in the past couple of weeks, someone asked me to imagine a raspberry, and I couldn't. I was like, I don't know what a raspberry looks like. I do now, like right now, but at the time, they said imagine a raspberry, and I was like, I can't picture a raspberry because I don't like raspberries. I don't like raspberries. So they look back at me and they're like, you can't picture a raspberry, so you don't like it so strongly that you just don't have an image of it in your head. And I was like, basically, so if my brain, up until recently, if my brain deemed it irrelevant information, it would just not store it at all, or not store it in a way that would be easy for me to retrieve. So anyway, I have a decent memory, but you know when you have to spell something out, and like sometimes certain letters sound like other letters, so you have to give a word that starts with that letter so that the person you're speaking to knows what letter you're referring to. So some people will say like S for sugar, for example, because S and F can sound the same. So so that would be me. Like, I would have to be spelling something out or giving the letter combination of something, but I need to emphasize what letter I'm giving, but the word, a word that begins with that letter just wouldn't come to me. It just wouldn't come to me in that moment, even though I would think I have a growing vocabulary. Definitely have a growing vocabulary, and I love words, but sometimes the storing of those words hasn't been as efficient or effective. But anyway, I have an ABC now, and I have a memorable way of remembering it. So I'm gonna go through it with you for this video. So and 3 is my smallest favorite number, so the fact that it's the 3rd of December, hey. So I'm going to start with Livy, and I imagine Livy playing. So Livy's playing, and Livy gets a little bit like peckish, and so she bites into this apple, and she bites into this really juicy, crisp apple. I love a crisp apple. And so then this apple has arms and legs and starts running, screaming, because Livy's just bit this apple. So this apple goes running and screaming, and it hits into a wall of basketballs. And it hits into these wall of basketballs because basketball is actually one of my favorite sports to watch. I like the high energy, all the activity, the sound of the buzzer and the scores every second or every few seconds. Like, I would love, one of my dreams, one of my goals, one of the things I'd love to experience is to be in a basketball stadium and attend a game, an important game. I've been told if you're going to go and watch basketball in America, because I'm in the UK, then watch one that's like a big game. So I love to experience that, whether it's courtside or wherever, just good seats, decent seats, and wearing the jersey and the sneakers. Like, oh, I'd love to do that. That will take me back to the days of when I used to watch Like Mike with Bow Wow and Morris Chestnut, who I'm now growing enough to like. So yeah, so it's the apple runs screaming into these basketballs, and these basketballs come crashing down because the basketballs are like in this, like they're like in a pyramid. So they come crashing down and they start bouncing everywhere, and then they smash into this computer. So they smash into this computer, and this computer breaks into a million pieces. And as the pieces fall like rain towards the ground into a field of dandelions. And so as all these pieces fall into this field of dandelions, the seeds of the dandelions, you know, when you used to sit in the park, if ever you did this, and you would get one of those dandelions, those little flowers where it looks really white and fluffy, and you can blow it. So you blow it, and then all these seeds, so the seeds just blow off these dandelion stems, and they go into the city, and they stick to this woman's earring. Now, I love earrings, and there's a reason why I'm now wearing two different earrings, but I explain that in another video. And so the seeds land on this woman's earring, and she feels so energized and so excited that a flower would want to stick itself to her and on her pretty earrings, that she starts skipping home. And she skips home where her family is. And where her family is, they're all eating and laughing together, and they're having so much fun, and they feel so bonded because they have this shared vision of just making the world better, starting at home. And so they all disperse into governor meetings. So they all attend a governor meeting, and they attend these governor meetings because they feel like they need to share this message of love and vision and connection and community with as many people as possible. And what way to do it then? Through the education system, where everyone touches or passes through at some point in society, or they're aware of a local school. So the family members descend into these governor meetings. And whilst they're in these governor meetings, they become so passionate, so passionate that their hearts burst out of their chest. And when their hearts burst out of their chest, it lands into the world of Inception. Now, I absolutely love the film Inception. Like, I just think it's such a magnificent film, and it's just got so many different layers and messages to it. So as the big heart bursts and lands into, or bursts out of the chest and lands into the world of Inception, the message becomes so powerful that it's captured in a DVD. And the DVD flies to Japan. Now, Japan is on my list of countries I'd love to visit. My sister went recently. When I say recently, within the last couple of years, and she had a great time. So this DVD, this Inception DVD, flies to Japan. And when it goes to Japan, the grounds of the cities and the countrysides begin to vibrate violently, and it wakes up a pride of lions. And the pride of lions has a king named Kovu, because I love Lion King too. Simba's pride with Kovu and Kiara and Simba and Zira and all of them, and Zazie. And so wakes up this pride of lions, including King Kovu. And so then Kovu starts charging. He starts charging down the pride lands in search of a lawyer. And when he finds a lawyer, the lawyer is like so enamored by this message, this vision for the world, that he starts dialing, or she, sorry, because I used to want to be a lawyer. So all these words are connected to me in some way. So I used to want to be a lawyer when I was younger. So she starts dialing all of her contacts in her mobile. So in her mobile, she starts ringing everyone, calling all of her contacts. And then, of course, the mobile has arms and legs, and he starts scribbling all of the details and all of the things that people are saying back into his trusty notebook. And the notebook gets so excited, and it becomes so full that it slams shut. And as the notebook slams shut, it reveals this orange cover. Orange is my favorite color. I also love gray. Gray is my black. I also love other colors, but orange is my number one favorite color. And so The orange cover has a symbol of the orange fruit on it, and the orange fruit jumps off the notebook. And as it jumps off the notebook, it starts rolling down a bowling alley. I used to love playing bowling growing up, but then I started to get nails at the age of 16, and so I couldn't play anymore because then that means I would break my nails and all of that. And I've actually done that. And so this orange starts rolling down a bowling alley, and it hits 10 plant pots. I love plants, as you can see. So rather than 10 pins, it hits 10 plant pots. And as it hits the 10 plant pots, the plants start to levitate. They start to levitate, and they land on the crown of a queen, because I see myself as a plant, and this is my crown. My locks, my hair is my crown. Lands on the crown of the queen, and the queen gets so excited. She starts to feel really, really hungry. I'm always hungry. I love food. I live to eat. And so she teleports to Barbados, and when she goes to Barbados, she has a roti. She has a Barbados roti that has chicken, curry chicken, and potato in there, and it's delicious. This is one of my favorite things to eat in Barbados. And so that roti then zooms through the intestines and down a pair of legs and into the ground in search of his friend the snake. And when he finds the snake climbs a tree and dangles from the tree, because I'm thinking of like Jungle Book, dangles from the tree and whispers in the ear of the tiger, because I love big cats. And so whispers in the ear of the tiger, and the tiger hears the whispers and curls up to Mary Poppins and starts purring. Now, I only watched Mary Poppins for the first time this year. Obviously knew about her, but only watched her for the first time this year because my sister made me, because she was really disappointed that I hadn't watched it. And I'm 30 now. So yeah, do with that what you will. And so the tiger starts purring and next to Mary Poppins, and Mary Poppins' umbrella starts to drift up into the sky. As you drift up into the sky, the canopy, which is the top of the umbrella, starts to pull away. So the canopy is made of vitiligo skin, because I've got vitiligo on my hands and my ankles, my elbows and my knees, and on my lips. And so this vitiligo skin pulls away from the umbrella, and it plummets to the ground, to earth, and it sheaths and tightly hugs a wardrobe. And as it tightly hugs the wardrobe, inside the wardrobe, the clothing is like pushing and shoving. That this is what I have to do with my wardrobe, because I have so many jackets and so many clothes in there. And that's like this year, I said to myself, I'm going to wear my wardrobe. So I'm not just going to wear the same things I always wear. I'm going to rotate through my clothes, through my wardrobe, because I'm blessed. And so the clothes are pushing and shoving. It's booming. It's just booming like a nightclub. And as it booms like a nightclub, the outside of the wardrobe starts to resemble an eczema flare up. Eczema. It's spelled ECZEMA, but how you say it, or how I say it, eczema. Because the outside of the wardrobe, the skin starts to dry and crack from all the itchy irritations and all the scratching and everything. So the outside of the wardrobe looks like an eczema flare up. And as all of this is happening, it's being captured and uploaded to YouTube. And it's being captured and uploaded to YouTube, and it just starts going viral. Everything just starts going crazy on every phone and every screen out there, that it starts to look like a black and white image. And the black and white image is a zebra, and the zebra becomes so dazzling to the eyes of people watching that it puts smiles on children around the world. So my ABC to XYZ is apple, basketball, computer, dandelion, earring, family, governor, heart, inception, Japan, or Japan, Kovu, lawyer, mobile, notebook, orange, plants, queen, roti, snake, tiger, umbrella, vitiligo, wardrobe, eczema or x-ray, YouTube, zebra. I think I've got them all. Apple, basketball, computer, dandelion, earring, family. I think I missed off family, governor, heart, inception, Japan, Kovu, lawyer, mobile, notebook, orange. Maybe I missed off orange. Plant, queen, roti, snake, tiger, umbrella, vitiligo, wardrobe, eczema, YouTube, and number 26, zebra. Thank you for listening to my wacky story. Not just my story, Livy's story, the child in me, my mini me, who I've reconnected with fully this year. So if you want to continue on this countdown to 2025 with me throughout the month of December 2024, then please like, comment and subscribe and hit that notification bell, and I will see you in the next day.